Hello there, I'm Josh from Audiophile-Heaven, and today I'm going to do a short unboxing and video review of the BGVP DS1 Pro IEMs. So this is a $50 EM from BGVP. Although I have requested a few times the more interesting ones like DMI6, DMI7. I don't know, I'm not even remotely curious about their $50 offerings because they do not make very good entry-level EMs like Shozi does. Shozi does very good entry-level. I don't know. The Shozi Hibiki impressed me at a very low price point. Now the thing is, this BGVP impressed me in terms of aesthetics. Just look at them and look at how beautiful they are. Just look at this. The design is absolutely beautiful. This is an EM that looks amazing. I am doing this video because I love how they look like. Everything else about them is... in fact, they're quite good in general. Like, everything about them is pretty good. Oh, so you get a shirt clip, which won't come in very handy because they are neither... I apologize to adjust my microphone. So the shirt clip will not be very handy because they do not have a lot of microphonic noise and they are also over the ear, so the shirt clip is pretty much useless. They have tips included in the package, which are some cheap tips. At this price point, there is nothing else you can expect but cheap stuff. They have blue tips. There is no way to know what is the difference between the black and the blue tips, so I have no idea either. They have ear guides, which again are kinda useless. I always have found this one useless. I don't know, some people seem to use them, but I do not. And I do not enjoy having ear guides around my ear. I prefer having the cable. The cable is softer than the ear guides. Although, if you are not using ear guides, the cable might harden at some point. And here are some cheap foam tips. This is not complied. Those are some cheap rip-off foam tips. The case in which the foam tips is coated with BGVP. But you need to keep in mind one thing. If you fall in love with the sound or the comfort of those foam tips, this is a $50 EM and you are getting one pair. So if the foam tips are pricey, you are going to pay more on foam tips than on the EMs, which is why I do not fully recommend using them. I mean, they don't need the foam tips. In terms of sound, they really do not know. They do not need them. They are very thick sounding. The comfort is actually pretty great. I have no complaints about the comfort, to be honest. There is no noticeable driver flex. They look pretty cool. This is how they look while being worn. I'm sorry, I needed that fresh up today. So those are the EMs. As I was saying, I love the design and the aesthetics of those EMs. They are absolutely outstanding. They are so beautiful. At $50 I would purchase them just because of their looks. There is nothing else that... I don't know, I really love the way they look. They have detachable cables, which in my honest view is a gimmick. At the $50 price range you are going to be paying more just to upgrade. You won't purchase replaceable cables for a $50 EM. In fact, until $100 this stays the same. You are not going to be purchasing a cable for any EM that is below the $100 price mark. You are going to be purchasing the next EM directly. This is something I truly believe because I had the Sennheiser EA8, which is $300, and I barely forced myself to purchase replacement cables when they broke. So yeah, I kind of know I was in that situation. This is way before I was a reviewer. This is years ago, like 5 years ago. The cable on my EA8 broke and I couldn't, I don't know, I couldn't justify to myself to purchase the replacement cable. It took me a while to convince myself to do it. So on a $50 EM, yeah, you won't purchase replacement cables. I am quite sure. So those are the EMs. As I was saying, they are absolutely beautiful. They are like two jewels. I love them. I love the design on those. I love the aesthetics. It is just outstanding. In terms of sound, they are a one-trick pony. Very thick kind of sound. It unleashes itself on you. Like very forceful kind of sound. Very impactful. Very punchy. not a lot of treble, very smooth treble, not anything special in the mid-range, except for the thickness, which is very thick. I don't know, it is a one-trick pony kind of sound, pretty thick, but without anything else much. I don't know, I like it. I think it is a fun EM for $50 US. If you want a base EM, this is probably going to be it. Just look at the design of the blue ones. This is the blue version and I just love it. I mean, yeah, if you like a lot of bass and have only $50 US, there is hardly anything else I could recommend. Those will probably last more than Knowledge Zenith EMs. They seem to be made better. BGVP is a pretty respectable company, to be honest, and I do not mind reviewing cheap stuff that actually sounds good or that is actually good, and this one has the aesthetics and the build quality to make it worth my while to, I don't know, tell you about them. And I don't know, there is little I can complain about them. For the $50 price mark, they are quite excellent. The detail is good, the soundstage is good, it is not very narrow, they have enough dynamics to be interesting, they are good, they are a good purchase. At the $50 price range, this is a good purchase if you like a thick, bassy, slightly boomy kind of sound. The sub bass kind of, I don't know, it kind of rattles your brain as the first impression when you put them in your ear. You kind of feel yourself rattling like that. Like, it is very strong. But that is pretty much it. I mean, yeah, everything else is recessed besides that bass, and yeah. I thank you for watching. I hope those are sold by Lean Soul. I will leave you a link in the video description to know where to purchase this beautiful blue color from. I thank you for watching. I hope you'll consider subscribing to my YouTube channel. That really helps me. I hope you'll have a lovely weekend and I hope to see you soon. Bye bye.